Halle Bailey and DDG's love story went from red carpets to restraining orders fast. Now, shocking court docs, emotional allegations, and a baby caught in the middle have fans questioning everything they thought they knew. It's messy, it's public, and it's far from over. Let's get into it. The relationship timeline. They started as one of Gen Z's most watched couples. Halle Bailey, the rising Disney star with a fairy tale voice, and DDG, the YouTube streamer turned rapper known for his flashy lifestyle and viral antics. Their romance began quietly in early 2022, sparking curiosity across social media when the two were spotted vacationing together and leaving cryptic, flirty comments under each other's posts. At first, it looked like opposites attract. Halle, the picture of elegance and poise, and DDG, more brash and unpredictable. But behind the curated Instagram stories and red carpet appearances, their relationship was already building tension. The couple went public later that year, but insiders hinted that it was far from perfect. Breakup rumors constantly swirled, especially in 2023, with fans noticing when the two would unfollow each other and then suddenly reappear in each other's lives like nothing happened. Despite the drama, they stayed together long enough for Halle to announce her pregnancy in mid-2023, though she kept it extremely private at first, only confirming the birth of their son Halo months after he was born in December. From the outside, it looked like a fresh start. But even the joy of welcoming a baby couldn't cover the cracks forming behind the scenes. And this is where it starts to unravel. Halle's allegations against DDG. The fairy tale image shattered in early 2024 when whispers of trouble turned into a full-blown legal battle. Halle Bailey, who had always been fiercely private, made headlines in May 2025 after filing court documents accusing DDG of physical, emotional, verbal, and even financial abuse throughout their relationship. The most alarming claims centered around a January 2025 incident, a co-parenting handoff that, according to Halle, spiraled into something traumatic. She told the court DDG physically attacked her during the exchange, forcing her to take immediate legal action. That same month, she filed for a temporary restraining order, which the court granted, limiting DDG's access not only to Halle, but also to their infant son, Halo. But this wasn't just about a one-time argument. Halle's filings allegedly describe manipulation, controlling behavior, and aggressive outbursts that left her fearful for her and her son's safety. She claimed DDG would use his financial dynamic to control her, allegedly refusing to pay his share of expenses unless she complied with certain demands. Her legal team argued that this kind of psychological pressure wasn't just harmful to her, it created an unstable environment for Halo, especially as he entered crucial developmental years. Despite the seriousness of the allegations, DDG quickly denied any wrongdoing. His team doubled down, filing for sole legal and physical custody, citing concerns that joint parenting was no longer safe or feasible. In the public eye, Halle remained poised, but court insiders revealed she was pushing hard behind the scenes, determined to protect her son and reclaim control over her life. But just as it seemed Halle was taking back her power, DDG fired back with shocking accusations of his own. DDG's counter-allegations. If Halle's court filing made waves, DDG's response was a full-blown explosion. On June 4, 2025, he filed an emergency motion claiming she was the real danger, not just to him, but to their son, Halo. According to DG, Halle's emotional state had spiraled so badly she posed a psychological and emotional risk to both herself and the baby. He backed his claims with disturbing details, including text messages allegedly sent weeks after Halo's birth. In one, she reportedly said, "I'll give you your son. I don't want him around me like this." Others hinted at endangerment. DDG said this wasn't a one-off, but part of a troubling pattern linked to postpartum struggles. He also alleged Halle had emotionally manipulated him throughout their relationship, and other extreme allegations, unless he agreed to get back together. And in one chilling moment, she allegedly grabbed his firearm and vanished without explanation. That, he said, left him fearing for both her life and their unborn child. And it didn't stop there. DDG accused Halle of stalking him, alleging she would monitor his movements, show up uninvited, and create chaos during arguments. He claimed her behavior had become so unstable, he was left with no choice but to ask for sole custody, or, at the very least, a strict visitation schedule split into alternating 2- and 5-day blocks. With both sides making explosive accusations, fans were torn. But things were only just heating up, because next came the controversial Italy request that pushed everything over the edge. The Italy trip dispute. Just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get more intense, a new twist sent everything spiraling again: Italy. Halle Bailey had requested court permission to take her 17-month-old son, Halo, overseas for 2 months while she worked on a major project. For most celebrity parents, this would be routine. But for Halle and DDG, already locked in a bitter legal battle, it became the next major flashpoint. In his emergency motion filed on June 4th, DDG urged the court to block the trip entirely, claiming it would put Halo at risk both emotionally and physically. Alleged instability made it dangerous for her to have unsupervised custody, especially in a foreign country, far from family, court oversight, or even access to his own parental rights. He said her leaving with the baby would be a form of emotional alienation, cutting him off during a crucial period in Halo's life. And after everything he had already accused her of, from harmful threats to erratic behavior, he framed this trip as the final straw. Halle, however, saw it very differently. In a court response obtained by TMZ, she pushed back hard, accusing DDG of being intentionally uncooperative and strategic, waiting until her restraining order had expired to make his custody move. She said this was just another attempt to control her life and career, and emphasized that the Italy trip wasn't a vacation. It was work. Big work, possibly career-defining. And she wasn't willing to choose between her child and her future. Ultimately, the judge sided with Halle, denying DDG's request to block the trip. She was cleared to travel with Halo. But even with the legal win, the public was torn. Whose side were they really on? That question exploded across social media, and the opinions were louder than ever. Public and media reactions. As soon as the court filings hit the internet, it was like a huge blast went off in the celebrity gossip world. Screenshots from the documents went viral within hours, and suddenly everyone, from Twitter threads to TikTok deep dives, had an opinion. Fans who once adored Halle Bailey as the poised, graceful Disney princess were now caught between disbelief and concern. Some defended her fiercely, pointing to her past silence as proof of her strength and innocence. Others, however, questioned the severity of DDG's claims and wondered if there was more going on behind the curtain than anyone realized. It didn't help that the couple had been so public about their relationship before, posting love notes on Instagram one day and unfollowing each other the next. That digital trail became evidence for both sides. Every old video, song lyric, and interview clip got reanalyzed under a new lens. People began arguing about who was the real victim, with some accusing DDG of trying to weaponize the court system, while others labeled Halle's alleged actions as a major red flag. Meanwhile, media outlets ran wild with headlines. Entertainment podcasts debated it for weeks. Even mainstream news picked it up, especially after Halle's team confirmed her international travel with Halo had been approved. And through it all, both Halle and DDG stayed relatively quiet, at least publicly, letting the legal filings and leaked details do the talking. But as much as the public was fascinated, this wasn't just tabloid fodder. The accusations from both sides were serious. And with Halo caught in the middle, the stakes couldn't be higher. And just when everyone thought the dust might settle, more legal drama was already on the horizon. The bigger picture and what comes next. Halle Bailey and DDG built a relationship in the spotlight, but their breakup has unfortunately become more chaotic and deeply personal. And at the heart of it all is Halo, an innocent baby born into two very different worlds, now being tugged back and forth as his parents fight for custody. Halle claims she's been silenced and mistreated. DDG says he's scared for his son's safety. And fans, torn between loyalty and disbelief, are left wondering who's really telling the truth. Let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll keep up with this developing story. Thanks for watching your daily dose of Gossip Cam. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the comments.